I'm ready.
Stand by!
Hello, YouTube. I'm Joey Russo, disabled competitive pistol shooter and retired range master, here with the second installment of the REVO Chronicles. In this episode, I'll be reviewing a frigid, but hey, at least dry cold IDPA match from earlier in the year, using my Ruger GP100 revolver. Let's get to it. Stage 1 was about two things. First, shooting solution wise, based on distance, accuracy, and risk metrics, this was going to be all controlled targets, requiring I flow towards the closed loop spectrum of trigger control. You'll see me use both some hybrid deliberate stroke of the trigger on the easier controlled targets, and then straight up pure controlled trigger press at the right end of the spectrum, working from the index staging waypoint and then rolling the trigger to the precision shot on the tougher targets. The second most important aspect of this stage was location, 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 and location. Targets were arranged in 3 levels of priority to be shot from near to far, and I had to occupy 4 different positions to get line of sight to thread shots around barrels and past non-threats on all the targets. Let's see how I did.
Stage 1, Waffle House Pandemonium. Unlimited scoring, best 2 hits. Start behind either barrel. At signal, engage all targets from behind fault line. In near to far tactical priority,
Being in a fixed shooting position, the challenge of stage 2 were the tough leans needed for me to be able to get up and over or otherwise around my grit chair's lateral levers to get line of sight on the targets. On the topic of leaning, I want to stress once we build structure on the gun using a general isosceles triangle foundation, we do not give it up. So often I see shooters contorting their body, trying to keep their guns vertical when leaning, compromising their structure and usually their recoil control and accuracy. As you see here, no matter how much I lean, I just roll the gun with my body and eyes, maintaining my structure such that whenever viewed from the top, you can see that isosceles triangle structure around the gun. Of course, Murphy being ever present, I also had a failure to fire malfunction with the last round in my first cylinder. Oh. I went ahead and completed a reload versus Russian rouletting it or back around and trying a second hit on the round, but this then messed up my round count. As I said on the video, once I get the round count thing down, running a revolver would be a lot more fun. Okay, let's watch the drama.
Stage 2, Golden Eye. Unlimited scoring, best 2 hits on paper. And steel must fall to score. Start with gun unloaded on table, facing downrange with all ammunition reloading devices also placed on table. At signal, load your gun and from behind table engage all targets in near to far tactical priority.
What the fuck, bro? What, a 6-shooter? Once I get the round count thing down, this will be a lot more fun.
Stage 3 had me flowing the entire trigger control spectrum, adjusting that radio dial between open loop accelerated trigger press and closed loop controlled trigger press. The last reload was all sorts of bumbly fumbly and a good example of how not to use your speed loader. The proper technique to align rounds into the cylinder chambers is to have your thumb, fore, and middle fingers actually overhanging the speed loader and contacting the rounds like this to provide a tactile point of reference with the cylinder during insertion, like this image also shows. Holding the speed loader at the rear and trying to literally thread rounds into the chambers is needlessly awkward. Alright, learn from my mistakes. Let's roll tape.
Stage 3, Wally World. Unlimited scoring, best 2 hits on targets. Start position, both hands holding can of soup. Good. At signal, engage all targets as they become visible. Note, targets 1 through 3 are in the open.
Oh shit! There's 2 targets here, I know. Let's go, Vicky! Ludicrous speed! Come on, Russo. There we go.
Stage 4 required you to be downloaded with only 4 rounds in the gun. Here's a quick tip when it comes to loading less than full capacity in your revolver and then aligning the loaded chamber to rotate so it is fired when the trigger is worked the first time. If you're ever unsure which direction a revolver cylinder rotates, look at the scalloped relieved areas just ahead of the cylinder notches as circled here. That'll act like an arrow showing the direction of travel. In this case, my Ruger GP100 rotates counterclockwise, so I position the first of the 4 rounds at the 1 o'clock of the barrel and then carefully close the cylinder. As for the stage itself, this was my worst. I dropped 1 to 2 points on each of the 3 arrays, and my speed loader handling was again improper. Let's watch this dumpster fire.
Stage 4, keep your mitts off my mutt. Unlimited scoring, best 2 hits. Start behind position 1 barrel with holstered gun loaded with only 4 rounds. All reloading devices are in the pet carrier with Corgi, and carrier is placed on barrel. At signal, engage targets 1 and 2 from position 1 barrel using support hand only. At position 2, engage targets 3 through 5 with dominant hand only. And at position 3, engage targets 6 through 9 freestyle.
Come here, you. Get back, Corgi. Okay, now we start shooting. stuck in the ice.
Stage 5 started awkwardly for me, holding the cooler box with all my reloads while pushing my way up to the table. In hindsight, the better stage plan would have been at the start signal to immediately remove my reloading devices from the cooler and stow them on person, then dump the empty box and begin my movement to the table and load up. I just blame the cold on my poor brain processing and stage plan. Hey, at least I shot it clean. Let's check it out.
Stage 5, heavy boxes. Unlimited scoring, best 2 hits. Start holding cooler box with both hands, with all reloading devices to be used on stage inside cooler box. Unloaded gun is placed on position 1 table facing down range. At signal, move to table, load gun, stow reloading devices, and engage all targets as they become visible.
Let's all go to the fucking snack bar. Cause I need all these fucking things. Alrighty. There we go. Antique Roadshow. Now we're ready.
Stage 6 was another great example of flowing the entire trigger control spectrum, from burning targets down using the accelerated stroke, to hitting that hybrid middle, the radio dial deliberate stroke, to then moving into pure controlled, staging from the index waypoint, and then rolling the trigger for the most accurate shot. It was another clean stage with 0 points down, and for added excitement, I slid on ice into the final positions fault line, which is a lot like being a bumper car at the fair. Let's see the good times.
Stage 6. Don't steal this stage. Unlimited scoring, best 4 hits on target 1, best 2 hits on targets 2 through 6, and steal must fall to score. At signal, engage all targets as they become visible.
Oh. Okay.
Danger! Danger!
Oh shit. Okay, I got him.
Whew. And that's the match. Trying to put a positive spin on it, let's just say I had many opportunities for improvement. But despite the cold and being 10 points down for the match, I was able to take most accurate iron sights, placing first out of 17 other iron sight shooters, using both pistols and revolvers. I'm Joey Russo, disabled competitive pistol shooter and retired rangemaster. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to others, and remember, where there's a will, there's always a way. Don't let anything keep you from pursuing your passion.